Hi guys, it's Sterling Spectre here. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining Bitcoin mining in all its entirety. Before the video starts, if you want to support the channel, I have crypto donation addresses at the top of the description. Any amount is appreciated, many thanks. Please like the video and subscribe for more content like this. So what is Bitcoin mining? Well, Bitcoin mining is the process of creating new Bitcoins by solving complicated math problems. These math problems verify the transactions of Bitcoin. When a transaction is verified, the miner who verified it will be rewarded with a predetermined amount of Bitcoin. Bitcoin gained wide popularity due to its wild price swings and surges. It was introduced back in 2009 after the housing market crash, and was thought of the way to stop the crash happening again by using a fair decentralized currency. As the price of Bitcoin and crypto has skyrocketed in the recent years, it's understandable that interest in mining has picked up as well. But for most people, the prospects of mining Bitcoin are not good due to its complex nature and high cost. Bitcoin is powered by blockchain, which is the technology that powers many cryptocurrencies. A blockchain is a decentralized ledger of all the transactions across a network. Groups of approved transactions together form a block and are joined to create a chain. Think of it as a long public record that functions almost like a long running receipt. Bitcoin mining is the process of adding a block to the chain. Now we have talked about what Bitcoin mining is, let's get into how it works. In order to successfully add a block, Bitcoin miners must compete to solve extremely complex math problems that require the use of expensive computers and enormous amounts of electricity. To complete the mining process, miners must be the first to arrive at the correct or closest answer to the question. The process of guessing the correct number, which is the hash, is known as proof of work. Miners guess the target hash by randomly making as many guesses as quickly as they can, which requires major computing power. The difficulty only increases as more miners join the network. The computer hardware required is known as application-specific integrated circuits, or otherwise ASICs, and can cost up to $20,000. ASICs consume huge amounts of electricity, which has drawn criticism from environmental groups and limits the profitability for miners. If a miner is able to successfully add a block to the blockchain, they'll receive 6.25 Bitcoins as a reward. The reward amount is cut in half roughly every 4 years or every 210,000 blocks mined. As of June 2022, Bitcoin traded at around 27,000. Making 6.25 Bitcoins worth nearly $170,000. As I said, the reward for one block is halved every 4 years. So this means that back when Bitcoin first started, you would have got 50 Bitcoins per block. Then it halved to 25 Bitcoins back in 2012, and in 2016 it halved again to 12.5 Bitcoin. Now we've just had the most recent half in 2022, where the block reward went to 6.25. The next block halving will be in 2024, and it will reduce the block reward down to 3.125 Bitcoin per block. So with the block reward halving every 4 years, it becomes harder to make profits in Bitcoin, which leads to many people not even getting into Bitcoin mining because they think you can't make profits. Well, truly it depends. Even if a miner is successful, it's not clear that their efforts will end up being profitable due to the high upfront cost of equipment and electricity. The electricity for one ASIC miner will use the same amount as 500,000 PlayStation 4s. As the difficulty increases and the complexity of mining increases, the computing power required also has gone up. This has led to an explosion in the computer chip market as better chips can mine more. There are new ASIC miners being sold constantly. With each new iteration, they become quicker at mining. It takes a massive amount of ASIC miners to even mine one block. This is why people join mining pools so they can put together their computing power. Mining pools are great as it allows for small miners to at least get the chance of earning Bitcoin. If we take a look at all the mining pools across the world, we can see there is loads to choose from. Generally, you want to pick the biggest mining pool because they'll be mining the most blocks on the network, and you'll be getting a percentage of every block the pool mines. So if they mine loads of blocks, you'll get paid more compared to other pools. The problem with all joining one pool is that they can actually affect the network. So if a mining pool has over 51% of the hash rate, then they can choose to start creating their own blocks and basically verify blocks, which basically compromises the network. So make sure you're keeping an even spread when you're mining. Now, many of you might be wondering, how do you actually start mining? Well, the first thing you need is a Bitcoin wallet to send your Bitcoin to. You can download the Bitcoin wallet app from the Bitcoin website, or pretty much any other wallet will hold Bitcoin. Once you have a wallet address, you'll need some mining equipment. This mining equipment includes ASIC miners, the correct power connectors, and Ethernet connectors. An ASIC miner for Bitcoin will cost a lot of money. As you can see, this page shows the price of ASICs. Now, because ASIC miners require a lot of power, you need the correct power converters to allow your house to run the miner. Then last, the equipment it needs is a good internet connection. Basically, the better your connection to the pool, the more shares you'll confirm and the more you'll get paid. So it's better to have wired internet and not use Wi-Fi. The last thing you need to do to start mining is choose a mining pool. As I've said, be careful which pool you mine to. Also look for the lowest pool fees and make sure you have a lower payout threshold so you can get paid regularly in Bitcoin. Now, I want to make you guys aware of the risks involved in mining and some of the disadvantages. The biggest risk is the price volatility of Bitcoin. The price of the coin can fluctuate up and down all the time. There have been highs of 50,000 this year and lows of 22,000. Now, because the prices fluctuate, the profits from mining will be lower or higher depending on the price. If the price goes too low, you'll also find that you're not actually making money, but actually losing it. So volatility makes it difficult for miners to know if their reward will outweigh the costs. Next problem is the regulations that are coming in with mining. Very few governments have embraced crypto, and many more are likely to view them as skeptical because crypto operates outside of government control. Many governments have outlawed the crypto mining, such as China and Iran. It's also important to remember the impact that taxes can have on your Bitcoin mining. The IRS has been looking to crack down on owners and traders of crypto as the asset prices have ballooned in the recent years. So the key tax considerations to keep in mind are capital gains, mining income, and having a mining business. So if your Bitcoin mining is a business, then you may be able to deduct expenses if you incur for tax purposes. Revenue would be the value of Bitcoin you earn, but if mining is just a hobby, then it's not likely to be tax deductible. If you're able to start mining Bitcoin, the fair market value of currencies at the time of sale will be taxed at an ordinary income rate. Lastly, capital gains tax. If you sell Bitcoin at a price above where you receive them, that qualifies for capital gains, which would be taxed in the same way it would for traditional assets such as stocks. So just be careful of government regulations in your country. The last disadvantage is the noise that the ASIC miners make. From personal experience, I know firsthand how loud these miners can be. If you plan on putting one in your house, then you'll have to hear it from any room no matter which one you go into. If you have it in your house, a constant hum will be in your ear. There are ways to solve it, such as soundproof rooms, or I've even seen cooler boxes modified to keep the noise down. If you're getting into Bitcoin mining, then you have to set up a place for the miner and have a plan to keep the noise down. Now, I also want to talk about the environmental impact that Bitcoin mining can have. So I've talked about how much power it can take to mine, but I want to put that into perspective. So it takes around 140,000 kilowatts to mine one Bitcoin. An average household uses around 3,100 kilowatts per day. So it takes the power of around 45 houses to mine one Bitcoin. Now remember, this is one Bitcoin and not one block, which is 6.25 Bitcoin. The network will only reward 900 Bitcoins per day. So every day it takes around 249 million kilowatts to mine 900 Bitcoin, which according to the New York Times is more power than is consumed by Finland every day. So Bitcoin mining is the equivalent to having another country's electricity running constantly. An obvious way around this is renewable energy, which is becoming a big thing right now. But you need a large amount of solar power or wind power to be able to keep up with the demand of these ASIC miners. Elon Musk is actually partnering with some companies to set up a fully sustainable Bitcoin mining farm. So the future looks good when we are looking for renewable sources of power. So if you guys are interested in mining Bitcoin and need any help with the setup, then join my Discord server. I'll try answer all the questions in there and help you guys out. The link for that is in the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more crypto content.